Joining me now is Patrick Wood. He has a two-part series out. Here's part one. Part one, technocrats called for dictatorship and technocracy in 1932. This is part one, and we're going to go to part two in just one momento. Welcome back to the broadcast. Thank you for being with us tonight, Patrick.
You're welcome. Good to be with you.
You say, in my tattered copy of Henry A. Porter's Roosevelt and Technocracy, 1932, an early reader drew a careful bracket around a single passage on page 72. It reads, quote, radical and immediate changes in both our political and economic systems will be necessary. This can be accomplished by vesting supreme and emergency power in some one man who has the confidence and respect of a majority of the American people. That man is Franklin Delano Roosevelt, to whom should be given dictatorial powers in the approaching crisis, end quote.
Can you believe that?
Wow.
Really? I have this book in my hand right now. I got this on a rare book site, Roosevelt and Technocracy. This, you can see, it's falling apart.
Mm-hmm. 1932.
This is the book for 1932. This was before, by the way, Howard Scott and M. King Hubbard formed Technocracy, Inc. So there's an interim period between Columbia University and the start of the movement called Technocracy,
and
Inc.
Who's Henry A. Porter? Who is this guy?
Well, nobody knows. He was kind of like maybe a financial guy of the period. He was an economist. He said, well, he was of national fame and fortune, but I couldn't find any more about him at all. And no obituary, no university, that sort of thing. Nevertheless, he put it in writing, and he was associated with the technocrats at Columbia University. This is amazing.
Do you think that was a shadow name, a pen name?
No, I don't think it was. There's no evidence of it, that it was written. Nobody's suggested it's written by somebody in the popular media back then. But the interesting thing is, in that period of time, when Columbia University had Technocracy under its wing, one famous advocate of technocracy was Randolph Hearst, the empire builder and the media empire. He controlled basically all the major newspapers in the country. And I never saw that he actually produced a movie in 1932. And there's a clip in this article. It's like 2 minutes and 44 seconds. It's an amazing clip for this movie that the guy said it's just the worst movie president ever.
Well, let's play it. Let's play it.
It's crazy. Right. You just listen to it. Listen to it.
Let's play it. Here we go.
Gentlemen, I am here as a representative of the American people in their hour of darkest despair. A plant cannot be made to grow by watering the top alone and letting the roots go dry.
Hey,
the people
pause
of this
it for just a second. Let me interject.
The trunk and the branches too.
All right, there's not a pause button.
Spent $4 billion only to aggravate adversity.
Oh, there it is, up in the middle of the screen. All right, there we go. Thank you, guys.
Yeah. Let me just say, I'll give you the spoiler.
Okay.
The theme of the movie was a new kind of a do-nothing president was elected, and then he had a vision when he was sick. He got a car accident, sick in bed. He saw the angel Gabriel. Okay. It transformed his life, apparently. Something happened to him. And all of a sudden, he changed his whole demeanor, his whole approach to government, and the heat of the Depression. He's all for the people, making America great again, that sort of thing. Okay, so the backdrop of this is the angel Gabriel appeared to him and maybe even took over his life somehow. I don't know. They didn't say that, but you don't get possessed by angels necessarily. But just with that as a backdrop, he makes this inspired speech to Congress. Okay, so play the rest of it.
Okay, here we go.
Of the nation, and the sturdy trunk and the branches too. You have spent $4 billion only to aggravate adversity. I ask for $4 billion to restore buying power, stimulate purchases, restore prosperity. You have wasted precious days and weeks and years in futile discussion. We need action, immediate and effective action.
Mr. President, there is a movement in Congress for your impeachment. Hardly time for making any requests, however small.
Very well. I shall withdraw that request, but I would like to substitute another. I ask you, gentlemen, to declare a state of national emergency and to adjourn this Congress until normal conditions are restored. During the period of that adjournment, I shall assume full responsibility for the government.
Mr. President, this is dictatorship.
Senator Langham, words do not frighten me.
But the United States of America is a democracy.
We are not yet ready to give up the government of our fathers.
Order, please, order!
You have given it up. You've turned your backs. You've closed your ears to the appeals of the people. You've been traitors to the concepts of democracy upon which this government was founded. I believe in democracy as Washington, Jefferson, and Lincoln believed in democracy. And if what I plan to do in the name of the people makes me a dictator, then it is a dictatorship based on Jefferson's definition of democracy, a government for the greatest good of the greatest number.
This Congress refuses to adjourn.
I think, gentlemen, you forget that I am still the President of these United States. And as Commander-in-Chief of the Army and Navy, it is within the rights of the President to declare the country under martial law.
All right, there you go, Patrick.
Listen to the last headline here. Congress accedes to the presidency. This is crazy. This is Randolph Hearst. He was arguably the one of the major factors of promoting technocracy when it was at Columbia University. He got burned big time by Howard Scott, who, as it turned out, didn't even have an engineering degree at all. But he was kicked out from Columbia, the whole group actually, and they set out on another course. But in the meantime, Columbia University outlawed, well, didn't outlaw, but they got rid of the technocracy movement and anything related to it, like even the word technocracy. And so Randolph Hearst wrote this movie, or sponsored it, during that interim period. This is really instructive, because this is what they were thinking. This is total technocracy at that point, declaring the end or putting Congress in suspension in order to take to declare martial law to take care of this emergency. That was the Great Depression, of course. But when Roosevelt took office, that's just about what he did. And all the technocrats who were swept into his administration, they helped him, build back, if you will. Build back better. Should I use that phrase? Mm-hmm. Here we are. Now, fast forward to part two.
Wow. Let's go to part two. Yeah. Part two. Technocrats call for dictatorship and technocracy in 2026. So we go from a movie. What year was that movie again?
1932.
So we go from a movie, a black and white movie in 1932 to 2026 calling for the same thing. And of course, what we're highlighting here is Curtis Yarvin. And by the way, Patrick, I haven't told you this. We bought Technocracy.tv.
Ooh, nice.
And we are starting a 24/7 Technocracy channel here in the next few weeks.
Holy moly.
So everything that we're doing right now is going to be a part of that channel. So we're building out 22 channels altogether that will be for our premium members of the Vault. I'm announcing it here. There you go. Fast Facts on False Teachers, the Brannon Howse Commentary Channel. That's just all my commentaries, one after the other. Technocracy TV channel, the Israel channel, and Aaron's coming on more full-time with us. The Psalms and Proverbs channel, that'll be me reading Psalms and Proverbs 24/7. The Scripture channel, we're working for me to have the whole Bible. The Worldview Hymns channel, we already have that. The Creation and Apologetics channel, nothing but apologetics and biblical creation. Worldview Report news channel, we have that one already. The Home and Health channel, we have that one already. The Worldview Bible channel, that's just Bible teaching, we have that one already. The Financial channel, that'd be nothing but financial news. The Bible Answer channel, that'll be nothing but me shooting Bible questions at Andy Woods, John Whitcomb, and others. We've edited it so it's like question, answer, just nonstop. The Constitution and Law and Liberty channel, the Testimony channel, that's people like Steve Saint, Michael Forshard, Michael Reagan, Anita Dunn, Russell O'Quinn, all these people giving their testimony we have on video. The Exposing Islam channel. I wonder what we'll talk about there. Worldview History channel. We already have that one. That'll be a lot of our documentaries. The Cults channel. Things on Freemasonry, Mormonism, Jehovah's Witnesses. The Creation and Apologetics channel. I think I've already mentioned that one. The Bible Prophecy channel. Worldview Financial. Worldview, some of them are doubled up. I got to get that fixed. But anyway, you get the idea. A lot of great channels coming. So anyway, one of them is going to be the really Technocracy channel.
That's good. Sounds really good. Yeah.
So anyway, back to the topic, because that's how important this is, folks. That's how important this is. Yeah. Let's go back to your article. Again, part 2, Technocrats call for a dictatorship and technocracy in 2026.
Here we are, almost 100 years later. This is absolutely stunning. Don't play that clip, by the way. It's a longer clip and has some strong language at the end. So you don't want to get into that for sure. But you can listen to this expose of Curtis Yarvin just to show how unplugged this guy is. He's in the same sense that Porter was. Nobody knew who this guy was. Curtis Yarvin came out of the blue. Nobody knew who he was. But both of them are making bold claims that what we have to do, we have to install a monarchy in America, get rid of Congress, and basically appoint technocrats to run everything. This is a warmed over trope from the 1930s. It really is, and I think this is evidence that you can hang your hat on. Curtis Yarvin, by the way, when you see just how unplugged this guy is with his dark enlightenment philosophy, it makes your hair stand on end. It really does. This guy is so unplugged, and he is not just that he wants to install a monarchy in America, but the fact that Peter Thiel, J.D. Vance talk about him a lot. Peter Thiel says Yarvin is his house philosopher, whatever that means. I'm not sure, but he's risen to the top of these people's minds, the technocrats in Washington, D.C., even Elon Musk, for instance. And his philosophy is working its way into public policy in Washington, D.C. This is very disturbing as well. But here you have a guy that talks about the concept of benevolent genocide. What does that mean? Well, you read our book, The Final Betrayal. You find out exactly what he means. He's talking about getting rid of people without shooting them necessarily, and you don't want to even think about genocide in any terms, whether it's benevolent or otherwise. But this is a guy that should not be anywhere close to public policy. By the way, has a fan with J.D. Vance as well, and maybe you believe it or maybe not, but other people have been talking about Curtis Yarvin, like Steve Bannon, for instance. So go figure. He's made the rounds. Curtis Yarvin.
Indeed. All right. Let's see. So where do you see this going? Any new indication with Trump saying on again, off again attacks on Iran? Now he's listening more and more to the countries out of the Gulf states. He admitted today, he's listening to Saudi Arabia, Qatar. He's listening to these guys. What do you see here going forward?
Obviously, there's lots of wild cards at this point. The stuff that's not necessarily under the direct control. I think in the end, they'll figure out a way to mute the radicals in Iran, at least to the point of making them cooperate with the economic plan. How long that will take, who knows? But we see finally the Middle East, the countries in the Middle East are standing up for their rights and sending airplanes and bombs and stuff of their own into Iran. So this is a good sign on one hand. Let them fight their own battles. How about let them get rid of these people? If they don't like them, they have to live with them. So we don't, but we already know that this war was not about politics anyway. It was about the control over the Strait of Hormuz. And I think this is still in view at this point. That's just about all that they're talking about at this point. The Strait.
All right. Any other news?
Well, probably every day there's something new coming out. But, we have to watch certainly the war developing around the world.
How about
there's
the Clarity
so many
Act?
conflicts.
Will it pass or not?
Pardon?
Will the Clarity Act pass or not?
We don't know at this point. It's coming down to the wire, and Trump, I think, is probably going to be ready to pick up the phone himself to jawbone more senators and to passing the act. It's coming down to a deadline, I think, just this month, where Congress is going to be recessed. And I don't know if the president can declare that they can't recess. I think if he could do it, I think he probably would at this point. You guys, in other words, you guys get your business done, then you can go home, sort of thing. So we'll have to see. But the Clarity Act is so important at this point to cement the regulatory structure of this new privatized system, financial system, that Trump and the arch technocrats in Washington, D.C. have erected in 2025. So they have to have this passed at some point. And if they don't have it now, they'll have to wait for the next year to get it passed. But it's going to pass at some point, whether now or later. If it's later, it'll throw a monkey wrench into some of their plans, but not for long.
All right. Keep us posted. As always, Technocracy News, technocracy.news, and Technocracy News TV show with Patrick Wood and Logan Howse. Remind me of the days, guys. Tuesdays and Thursdays?
That's right.
At 6 o'clock Central?
That's right.
Wow. Even a broken clock is right twice a day, apparently. All right, there you go. Technocracy.news. As always, thank you, Patrick.
You bet. God bless.
You too. We'll be right back, guys, right after this short break.